How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Big up, mate.
Yeah, I've been better, obviously. I've been better.
What do you want to speak about, brother?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. I just want to start by taking a more level-headed approach, even though after the match my head was gone.
Yep.
But there's a lot to unpack about this game. I think enough people aren't speaking about the fact that Romero obviously pulled out last minute, and then Uduggy also wasn't there. I think those two being lost changes our game as a whole. But the thing, though, when Frank saw that, I think he needs to go on and adjust the lineup. The reason why Romero is so important, and Danzo I think did fine, but the importance of Romero is more so for the offensive side because of his line-breaking passes. And this is actually going to lead into my opinion on Xavi Simons. I actually disagree with you guys. I don't think he was the problem. I don't. Even though Bentancur had the license to go forward, Lily White Labs put a post on Twitter about Bentancur's passing map in the first half. He had one progressive pass, one. And then the second one was the pass to Xavi Simons, which was too far, which he had to stretch for. Bentancur's passing map was sideways the entire time. For a team that wants to be on the front foot, that is unacceptable. So to link it back to the Romero thing, if Romero's out, no one in that back line has the ability to pass the ball forward. Paulina can't really do it too well. Bentancur's not going to do it, obviously. So what is Xavi supposed to do? He has no service. And because Villa play very narrow as well, he's pretty much marked out of the game. But I actually do agree that maybe he should have been out on the left-hand side so he could have gone to the game. I don't know. But I don't think it was all down to, Xavi. I think Xavi actually, obviously wasn't good enough, but I don't think it was entirely his fault. I think it was mostly he wasn't getting any service.
But, no, listen, don't say that we thought it was his fault. He's just got... There's games where we need to find him to get his mojo and be more creative. He's that creative spark. Obviously, we rely on Kudus. I'm in agreement with you. I think this Paulinho Bentancur, there's certain games, like away at Manchester City, these big games where you need those two because, obviously, the quality they have in the opposition. Today, I wanted Sarr to start. I really wanted Sarr to start instead of Bentancur. I didn't know that Lily White Labs had posted what you said. That's quite telling, isn't it, with his Bentancur sideways passing. What else do you reckon was the issue today? Or positive, if there's anything.
Well, actually, I think, and this is what happens on social media, the overreaction is kind of crazy. Listen, obviously, we're fresh. It hurts a lot right now, but... there's actually a lot of good spells in that game. The first half up until about the 30th minute was excellent. I was like, whoa, we're actually looking really good. I thought Odegaard was looking really solid. Even Tell for the start wasn't doing half bad. He was making really good runs, taking up really good positions. But then after that 30 minutes after the first half, it just dried up a lot. So there was some positives to take from it. And I think that with the left-hand side, the unfortunate part is that I just don't think there's any chemistry between Odegaard and Spence. I just don't think there is. Even the overlapping runs, Odegaard's not really being able to pick out those passes with Spence. But, there's so many things to pick out here. I think, for me, this is where I got to, go at Thomas Frank. To take off Xavi Simons and not take off Bentancur, at, the 75th minute or whatever it was, that's just not good. Even though Xavi wasn't doing good, I think still if we're trying to go forward and get a goal, especially after that Bentancur being passing sideways a whole bunch, Bentancur's got to be the one to come off, not Xavi Simons. You cannot take off your main number 10. And I always just think back to that training video where the coaches were telling Xavi Simons, oh, Xavi, create. Oh, Xavi, do what you want, whatever you want. You whatever you want. You can't then, sub him off. How he's supposed to create if he can't even get the ball? You have to trust him to be able to get on the ball, get him into better spots so he can actually create. But... yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough, but I'm obviously not Frank out or anything like that. Not even close. It's so early days. Overall, if you look at the whole fixture list and all of the games that we've played, we've still done decently well. It's been pretty good for the most part. So I don't know. What do you guys? Can you guys take any positives from this game at all, or?
Look, for me, we acted on this game in spells. We had that 15-minute spell at the beginning, and we had that 10-minute spell in the second half. For me, it wasn't enough. If you think of the whole duration of the game, those are the two spells that we had in it. It's not enough. We played with 4 attacking players. That means we were largely more so in the second half. We were dominated by it. And I'm not blaming Simons for that but what is a contributing factor is because he's playing as the three. Do you understand? So for me, their three dominated our 2 because Simmons wasn't really part of that 3 versus 3. So I would have liked to have seen Simmons to move out in the left, not because I don't think he's good enough for to play in a 10. I just felt like we were getting dominated in that area. And you're right, when you say that with Spence, he knows that with Odobert, he's going to be a player that's very forward-thinking. So he's not looking to engage with other players to do a little 1-2, maybe to then get Spence on the overlap, which is what we do when Simmons is there. When Odobert's there, by the time so if you're Spence and Odobert's and he's running away from you, you cannot get near him because you're too far out. So he doesn't stall a little bit, interacts, and then involves you as a left back to go forward on the outside. And also by Spence playing on the left, he's got the freedom to tuck in. He comes, and sometimes it may feel like we're 4 versus 3. If we're him doing that, allowing Spence then to go on the outside. There wasn't any of that today. And I just felt that this was an important game for us because it allowed us in a head-to-head, you know. I know Aston Villa are a little bit lower than us, but in terms of where we are as a club, you know, if you think Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, you know, they're a bit higher than us. There's no two ways about it. But then there's Aston Villa, Spurs, you know, that lot there. I wanted a little bit more, and I was disappointed in that, especially in the second half. And I was disappointed with the fans. I heard you guys heard me during the match. It didn't feel like a home game. You know, it felt like an away game, and we're far more effective away from home because we. As not as under pressure. I don't know what it is. Something's not clicking at the moment between us and the home matches. So there's a little bit of everything today that I kind of felt the longer the game was going, the more the game was running away from us. That's how it felt to me. It never felt like we was going to turn it around anytime soon. When we went 2-1 down, it was only on the 73rd minute or something like that. So there was still plenty of time to recover the game, but. It just didn't go that way, unfortunately.
Listen, I completely agree. We need to see some more energy. We need to see some more aggression and being more ruthless at home. We need to find the right attacking 3, or maybe even change.
The changes were too late.
Oh
the changes were far too late.
That I 100%.
Way too late.
That 100%. The substitutions Frank made or the timings.
And that's where the manager earns his money because Emery read the game. He read that second half. He had a smell that he can win that game, made his changes at a vital point, and Buendia proved to be the match winner. That's where the manager earns their money. Now, I'm all for Frank, no problem. I just hope that this match is of use to him to rectify and become better in the next games. But if these patterns begin to continue, then that can change, you know, and go south very, very quickly. He needs to learn from this and read the game a little bit better. Not just him, but also the staff that he's got around him to read that situation and act as it happens and be very, very quickly to do that. Not wait. The boys were on the side for 5-6 minutes before they came on. Yep. It was at a point where they were on top of us. You need to act a lot quicker. That's my frustration. My personal frustration comes from that, not with Frank out. I'm not into all of that. Frank out. I'm not into all of that stuff.